Steve.
Ah, blast from the past.
Steve, wait.
What an actor you were.
Oh, actor, yes.
So what does it feel like to look back at that?
Oh, boy, it's definitely a flash to the past, I'll tell you that. I haven't seen her in a long time either.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's actually Sherry.
That is Sherry,
Right.
in the video, yeah.
All right, cool. As I told the nation before, we are going to take questions on the phone line and also faxes. But here is a snapshot of the Shady for the love of strange medicine.
Yes.
There we go. Steve Perry's back in the house. It's good. It's good to have you back, man.
Thanks.
All right, now let's just jet back. I mean, I guess 10 years ago. I mean, you were with Journey for what, about 10 years?
10 years exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
10 years, 35 million records.
Yeah.
Roughly. That's a lot of change.
There's a lot of touring, too, a lot of playing, yeah.
And then after, what was it, about 86, 87, you just decided?
It was exactly 10 years that we were in Anchorage, Alaska, February 1st, and, you know, a lot of things had happened that last 2 years. The band wasn't getting along, you know. I was no day at the beach, but nobody was a picnic in the park at that point, you know, and my life had changed, too. A few relatives had passed away, and, you know, Journey would tour for about, 10 months, make a record, then tour for another 10 months, and I finally just had to get off the merry-go-round and stop, you know. So I did. For the first 2 years, I didn't listen to music. I didn't write music. And then slowly started writing music, and here I am 8 years later with a new band and a new record.
That's great. Now, so the whole time that you were writing,
I was writing some music, but I was recording stuff from my private collection, which I'm actually selling at the shows now. A little private stash.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Some CD stuff that I want people to hear.
Well, that's cool. You know, one thing I've always admired about you, you have such a powerful, emotional, soulful voice.
I owe you money for saying
Hey, that's okay. No, but it's true. I mean, you're one of those singers that just kind of like, you can just evoke emotion, just, when you bring it up. You just sing from the heart.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Were there anybody that you really listen to that you kind of admire?
Yeah, you know, all my life, Sam Cooke was a big influence in me, and Marvin Gaye, and I mean, there was some great singers. Jackie Wilson was one of the most powerful vocalists I'd ever heard when I was young. I was a young kid, and I heard this voice, and it was just unbelievable.
Now, and the way the band came together, it was almost like the band that had to be. It was almost like destined.
This band right now,
for you,
yeah, it's true. It fell together because I first met Paul Taylor through the fan club, and we hung out a little bit, and then this guitar player fell into our hands through the label because of a tape I had heard named Lincoln Brewster. And then Moyes Lucas Jr., the drummer, came into rehearsal one day where we really were kind of looking for a drummer, but not really. And he asked if he could audition, brought his drums in, boom, that was done. And then we sort of shuttled bass players around. And right now we have Todd Jensen playing bass.
Okay, cool. And a lot of the songs from the CD are actually kind of like that live feel, live from the floor.
It is, exactly. It's live, like very similar to what we used to do in Journey, which is rehearse live and get the feel going and capture that live sound.
All right, cool. How does it feel? How does it really feel to be back, though? Back out there performing. Because actually, you got to remind you that you're performing tomorrow night at Massey Hall
with Sass
Jordan.
That's right, Sass, who's very sexy and very powerful.
Yeah, she is.
She's been a lot of fun, and she's singing her, what off.
I could see you guys doing something together.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Who knows? Before the tour's over, we might lose her at the end of this leg, which ends near Christmas, because I hear she's going to make a record. So.
Cool. So the whole writing process for this record, I mean, it must have been. Because it almost seems like there's little bits of you in there. Well, let's put it this way: how much of Steve Perry is actually in there? I mean,
I think I'm pretty much spread out through the whole thing, but the members of the group contributed a lot as far as the writing and the original seeds of some of the songs.
Right.
Paul would come up with something, Lincoln would come up with something, and then I'd jump in and work on the melody and arrangements with him, and we would construct it in a warehouse situation, much like this here.
Right.
And then jam it real hard, test drive it like a car, and then go record it.
Cool. And you also, everything I've read about you, you really love chord changes.
If I could just get a couple of chord inversions that really are emotional, then I'm gone. I'm in some fantasy land.
Right. So that's obviously really important for you then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Paul Taylor has some beautiful inversions, as does Lincoln Brewster on guitar.
All right, cool. Now, where does the tour take you? I mean, where have you been so far?
Well, gosh, we started on the West Coast, and we've ended up out here. Now we're up here in Toronto. We're going to end up going back down towards Florida, and then head back to the West.
Right.
And then Christmas ends that part of it, and then we're going to turn around and come out and do it again right after Christmas. Right. And then I don't know. I think we're probably going to go to Japan, go to Europe, and then come back and do the spring. Cool.
Now, I understand too is that when you left Journey, it almost seems like it was almost like some, I guess, unsettled business. You know,
I don't think there's any good way for things to come to an end when they're rocky, when they're ending. You know, any relationship that ends rocky is going to probably not be smooth on the way out. I've never seen it happen in personal relationships or in, music relationships. There is some unfinished emotional business, I think, you're right. But I don't know what to say about that except that I didn't make a record for 8 years, and the guys have made countless projects. But this is my first thing in 8 years, and it just means a lot to me, the people I'm working with, the music we wrote together, and the opportunity to be back out here and talking to you, people like yourself. I mean, I've never met you before. I've never been in this situation before. So it's really been a thrill for me.
Cool. I'm enjoying it too. But you know what? We're also going to give you a video pic. You want to see Sass Jordan?
I do. I want to see that live thing you did, sort of an unplugged version of Sass's. Right. That song, when I first heard Sun's Gonna Rise Again, is that the title? Yeah. Her and I were in my Land Cruiser on the West Coast in the United States, and we listened to her record, and I said, what is this? This song is a smash. She said, well, that's the next single. I said, well, I hope so, because that was a great song.
All right, cool. We're going to play that, and we're going to come back. We're going to take phone calls. We're going to hang out with Steve Perry. Here's Sass Jordan for you. Well, we are back on the Nation Music Station, Much Music, hanging out with Steve Perry. And like I said, it's the Steve Perry hour. Yes! All right, Steve, got a fax, and it comes from Matt in St. Catharines. Who is or who was Sherry? Was she your girlfriend?
She was. Oh, there they are. They're beating on the walls.
What's happening?
There they are. They recognize you. Sherry was my girlfriend, and that is Sherry in the video.
Right.
Yeah. And we were together for about, 5.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
Long time.
All right. On to the next.
Yes.
Let's take a phone call, shall we? I think we have Rosie from Vancouver.
Rosie, where are you?
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi. As a singer-songwriter myself, the root of my work is mainly from personal experience.
Right.
I was wondering how much of your songs mirror your emotional state of mind, and do you see your songs as a type of personal therapy?
Well, you have a very sexy voice coming out of that speaker, I can tell. Wow. You must sing nice, too.
Yeah.
Want to sing for us? No, you don't want to sing for us?
Come on.
No,
go ahead.
Oh, she's working it. You see that? Yeah.
I saw his back kind of quiver a little bit there.
Well, I would say almost all of them come from personal experience, and emotionally, I think they all connect. We were just talking about that off the air, that one of the reasons I didn't make a record, a long time didn't make a record, was because I didn't want to sing about things that I didn't believe in, and if I don't have something in my heart to say or sing about, I'm not going to do it. And if you listen to the For the Love of Strange Medicine record, there's topics in that record that are important to me, like Somewhere There's Hope, and even You Better Wait the single. There's a lot of stuff on the record. Stand Up is a great message. So I had to wait for the emotion to line up with something lyrically to say.
Cool. Does that answer your question there, Rosie?
Yeah, well, we're glad you're back, Steve.
Thanks.
Okay, see ya.
Bye. Take care. Are you going to be heading out to Vancouver now, do you know?
I think in the second leg after the first of the year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Rosie, if you're still watching, look out from he'll be coming your way.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have another caller. We have Scott from Sudbury. Hi, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Not much.
All right.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Steve, what do you think of older groups like Traffic and Eagles touring and recording again?
I don't know how to think about that. I think that if they want to do that, I think it's important for them to do it. I personally am kind of captivated with moving forward in the music, I guess it's something they really wanted to do, which was to go back and try to reclaim something that they did, And the Eagles have done a good job of it. I mean, I saw the Eagles tour. It was beautiful. I mean, they do all their songs perfect. I kind of wanted to mix and match, though. I wanted to move forward and also want to do a little bit of the past, too, when I do the live show, which you'll see.
So I guess I don't know if you're going to go there. I'll go there for you, Scott.
Here you go.
I'm going to go there for you.
You go there.
Because I've heard rumors that Journey, they're actually going to get back together without you. Is that a deal?
I've heard that same rumor, too.
Is that right? But it won't be Journey. So forget it. We won't even go.
Well,
Don't bother.
No, they're putting together, I think, the band. They're working on securing the name, and they have a singer who is very familiar in style to minds, I think, in their minds. So I don't know where that's going.
So that's where it doesn't work for me.
Well,
I mean, you can't replace somebody like Steve Perry now.
I'm going to buy you coffee and give you tickets to the show and come and clean your house for Saints.
You know what?
And do your windows, you know.
Right now I'm in the process of painting, so look, you know. I'm going to hold you to that, man.
I do that
Right
too.
after this, I don't care what you have on, you're going to get paint all over you. Scott, I want to thank you for calling, man. All right, okay, so we're going to deliver. We're going to play a bit of that video. You better wait.
We're going to play Faithfully.
Okay,
Faithfully.
we're going to play.
Ah, yes.
Steve, it's been a pleasure, man.
My
Very
pleasure.
Very
Nice to meet you, finally.
It's been a pleasure. All the best to you and all
Thank
the
you.
rest of that stuff. Here's a CD for the love of strange medicine. Quick snapshot of the CD. Right when I say that? CD?
CD, as in S-H-E-D.
Here it is. Let's drop it out. We're gone. Peace.